Hey guys, so I totally forgot until like just right now that today was my 10-month dread anniversary. 10 months. That's what today is. This video is totally unprepared, totally winging it right now because like I just realized right now that it was 10 months. But that's really exciting, you know? Like I've had my dreads for 10 months. Can you imagine? Like look at these babies. My first set of dreads, like I really wanted to keep for like ever and ever, and then after 6 months I like brushed them out, and then when I put this new set in, like 2 weeks later, I said to people that I wanted to keep them forever, but like I didn't actually see myself really keeping them for that long because I just saw the same thing happening again, you know? Me getting like missing my old hair and stuff. But I've hit 10 months, which is like 2 months, and it'll be a year since I've had dreads. And I don't miss my hair at all. I love my dreads. I guess some people just need to go through that to, you know, brush out the first set or something and have the regular hair back and then realize how much they actually miss their dreads and put them back in, and then you can fully appreciate your dreadlocks. Dreads are just so low maintenance and I love it. Those people who say that dreads are high maintenance, don't let them fool you. They're not. So I'm going to take them out of my little bun thing because, yeah. I just did that and like a bunch of like tiny little hairs like just flew out, which is probably gross, but I don't brush my hair. These are my babies, and I actually have noticed some changes, not in the actual dreads themselves, but in the thickness. I find, maybe it's just me, but I find that they've actually gotten a little thicker, and I think they've shrank a little, which is probably why they're thicker. Plus, you know, not brushing your hair and having them stuck in a dreadlock, all the hair that usually sheds on a daily basis doesn't shed, it's trapped in the dread. So, you know, as the time goes by, all that hair gets thick. Yeah, so I have noticed that they kind of seem thicker than they used to. I don't know if that's true or not, but, you know. And I definitely have noticed some shrinkage, too, because, like, as you might know, I added extensions, but I only added the extensions, like, when my dreads were, like, 6 months old or something like that. So the dreads themselves were done shrinking, but, you know, the extensions were still new, so they had to shrink. Anyways, so they haven't really shrank a lot because my dreads without, like, my dreads, my hair was done shrinking, so they were at the stage where they were growing, and then the extensions are shrinking, so it's kind of like pushing each other, and they kind of just stayed the same length. But like there is a couple, like this little guy and this little guy and this guy right here, mostly the top layers actually, where they're like really short, and they have extensions in them, so yeah, the extensions have shrank a lot because I think it comes to about here is where the extension starts. So yeah, the extensions have definitely shrank. Other than that though, I haven't really noticed any like new loops or new bumps or anything like that. Except in this guy. Right there. Do you see that? Right there. It's kind of weird. Look at that. Look at all those little bumps. I find that so entertaining. I love having bumps in my dreads. I really do. I love loops and I love bumps because it just gives them so much character and it makes them unique, you know? It's yours. Because, like, every single dread is different because of the loops and stuff, you know? The perfect cylinder ones, I don't like them. They're so ordinary. And I have noticed, too, that this one, at the bottom of it, totally looks like a snake. Do you see that? Do you see how that looks like a snake? It's like the little bumps for the eyes, like because it has like a little bump on each side where the eyes would be, and it's thicker at the bottom, and then it has a little hair that's the tongue. I noticed that while I was with my boyfriend, and I was like, oh my god, look it's a snake. And then he was like, no, don't show me, I don't want to see, because he didn't want to think of me as Medusa or something, and if he saw that it looked like a snake, then he'd always picture me as Medusa. And I was like, just look at it, it's a friggin' snake. It's not a real snake, it's a dreadlock. Anyways, I eventually got him to look at it, and he agreed with me. He's like, oh, it does look like a snake. I was like, yeah, it does. That's cool. Yeah, so these are my babies. I love them. They're 10 months old. That's insane. I can't believe in 2 months it's going to be a year. Like, that's insane. As you can see, I really, really need to do my roots. Like, look at that. That's terrible. But I'm broke, and yeah. I'll show you the back. And this guy right here would be, what, a year and 7 months now? Yeah, a year and 7 months for this one. And it's been growing. So those are my dreads. That's my 10-month update. It's amazing. I love them. I plan on keeping them for years and years and years. I plan to have kids and be a mom with dreadlocks. I will hold on to these babies. I will. Any questions or concerns, just message or comment down below. And other than that, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!